I think the real issue here is whether the U.S. and South Korea and Japan are able to themselves begin to play a longer game with North Korea. I think the game that they've been playing is a very short and very shallow and very much politically driven game, in the sense that these are administrations in Seoul and Washington that have had to deal with 4-year timeframes or 5-year timeframes. And the long-term strategic interests and calculations that were present during the Clinton administration in the U.S. and during the Roh Moo-hyun and Kim Dae-jung administrations in South Korea have been wholly absent. So, and as we've seen, the idea of containment of North Korea, which has been, if not the stated, the unstated goal of diplomacy for the past 11 years, does not seem to be working so well as the North Koreans continue to increase their missile capabilities. So I think this really, certainly we'll see the usual activity at the UN, and I do doubt that China will do anything differently. It may say some new things, but it probably will not act very differently. But I really think the question that's brought up by this missile launch is, will the South Koreans and the U.S. begin to play a longer game and begin to be interested in a more strategic sort of approach to that whole region and the North Korea issue at the center of it. The final thing I'd say is that, of course, with the South Korean election coming up, it now looks likely that Park Geun-hye would win. We don't know yet, but in any case, this will this should provoke us to think about what sort of moves the new South Korean president might make. Whether it's Park or Moon, that new president will try something new, will try to find a new formula that is politically acceptable, but that also advances the strategic interests. That position has eluded Lee Myung-bak and Roh Moo-hyun. And so I think that is really the place to watch, because there doesn't seem to be the likelihood for movement either on the U.S. side or the Japanese side in the foreseeable future. So I'd keep my eyes on South Korea.